Hello students, welcome. My name is Mrs. Mercado and I'm going to be your instructor for the summer course, okay? What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you a little short overview of how the course is structured in Blackboard, as well as how to access Cengage, okay? So I'm going to go through the process, that way you can have a better understanding of how to go ahead and navigate through my course, okay? So we're going to start off by accessing the South Texas College webpage, and you're going to log into your Blackboard, okay? So you're going to go log in. Of course, I have it set up so it can automatically log me in. But you're going to enter your credentials. You're going to locate your class. For this particular time, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the orientation for my payroll class. So this is, you're going to select your payroll and business tax accounting class. And then that's going to redirect you to my webpage. Okay? So in my webpage, you're going to have information about the course. And as well as links to be able to access Cengage, okay? So this is a 5-week class, more like 4.5 weeks, because the last week is not a complete week. So it's a very, very short semester, so it's very important that we keep up with our assignments from day number 1, okay? So you have a little picture here about, a picture of myself, that way you know what I look like. You've got my information here. Now this is my regular information, but because it is the summer session, I will not be in my office during the summer. So if you do need to contact me, I will be having online office hours only. So if you do need to contact me, it's very important that you send me either preferably a Blackboard message, that way I know that you're a student from a specific class, or you can email me at my STC email provided as well, okay? But those are the two methods of communicating with me, either through Blackboard or through my STC email, okay? Because I don't have an actual office during the summer, okay? So this is what you're going to be seeing. I'm not going to go through every single thing. You can go through that on your own. I'm more or less just going to guide you as to the information that is provided, okay? So the first thing you have is the orientation, which you're listening to, okay? The next tab is your essential course information, okay? Here you're going to have a little bit of information about myself that you can read on your own. If you have any questions, you let me know, okay? I do have a bachelor's and a master's in accounting. I do have work experience. I worked about over 14 years in the banking sector, in specific in the accounting department. And I'm currently a student, a full-time student just like yourself. I'm pursuing my PhD in business administration. So I understand how it feels to have a full-time job, have a be a full-time student, have kids and a family and all of that. Okay? It is difficult, but it is not impossible. Okay? So to me, the excuses of I work or miss my kids or whatever don't fly for me, because I know I go through that every single day and it can be done. Okay? So make sure that you keep up with all of your assignments from day number 1. I do not accept any late assignments, okay? My due dates are clear. They're included in Blackboard. They're included on your syllabus. Students know at any point in time what they need to submit and when, okay? So there is no excuse as to why you are not turning in your assignments on time, okay? I am not a difficult instructor, but I am a very hands-on instructor, okay? This is accounting we're doing, okay? So you do not learn accounting by listening. You learn accounting by doing, okay? In this specific class, we're doing payroll, okay? Payroll entails a lot of calculations, filling in a variety of forms. So it's very important that you be able to do all those hands-on applications. Reading is very important. You have to read to be able to be exposed to the material, and then you have to apply what you've read to the actual problems, okay? So this is more of a hands-on course, okay? So in this particular tab, you're going to have information about myself, okay? You're going to have information about how the course is structured. I'm going to go ahead and allow you to read that on your own, but just in a high-level overview, you will have homework and you will have quizzes every week for every chapter that is covered, okay? The quizzes and the homework, you will have 2 tries. I always keep the highest grade earned, okay? The quizzes are timed. You have 60 minutes for each try. The homeworks, you can take as long as you want. You have the option of saving your work, okay? Some of these problems can take 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So sometimes I understand students don't have enough time during the day. so they have to, work on it in different stages of the week. So you have that option of saving your work, okay? So you have homework, you have quizzes. Of course, before you do any of those, you have to read, okay? You'll have exams, you have 2 tests. This particular class only covers 6 chapters, so it's excellent. We have plenty of time to cover everything in the class. So we have 6 chapters, 2 tests, 1 project, okay? Please read all of the information within your Blackboard shell. It's very important that you become familiar with it. Become familiar with it, and if you have questions, you let me know. All of your assignments are going to be completed in a software called Cengage now, okay? It's an interactive software that's included with your textbook, okay? So you're going to log into Blackboard, and I'll show you in a bit. From Blackboard, you're going to access the course in Cengage. There's a link that I provide, and then you'll be able to access your weekly assignments, okay? Now, this is a textbook that we are using. We are in the 2019 edition. You do need access to a textbook, whether it be a printed book or an electronic copy, okay? Now, it's up to you. You have the freedom of purchasing your academic resources from anywhere you like, but it is very important that you are aware that Cengage does offer a Cengage Unlimited bundle, which basically means that if you pay $119.99 per semester, you have access to unlimited textbooks that are from Cengage. So maybe you're taking 2 or 3 classes and they're all using Cengage. All you have to do is pay $119.99 and they'll have you covered for all of your classes that are within Cengage. That includes access to the electronic book as well as to the learning platform. In this particular case, for this textbook, it's Cengage now. Okay? So it's a very good option. If you are taking multiple classes, it's economical and it's very efficient. Okay, so this is the information that you're going to be needing regarding your textbook. Okay, so just read through the information before you start working on anything. It's very important that you go through all of the information under the Start Here tab, okay? So that was under the Essential Course information. The next tab we have is your syllabus, okay? So the first section you have is your syllabus. I urge you that you please print out your syllabus and put it in a folder, okay? And as the weeks are passing by or as the days are passing by and you're completing your assignments, you mark them off. That way you know exactly what you're pending to complete and the due dates that are coming up, okay? So I highly encourage that you do that, okay? The syllabus is 10 pages long. I'm not going to read it to you. Please read it on your own. But there's a lot of very useful information in this particular syllabus. We have the course learning outcomes, which basically are the items that you must know how to do by the time that you finish the course. You are assessed on those, and I went ahead and I completed or included where you will be assessed for each of those course learning outcomes, okay? A very important piece of information is your grading, okay? I grade using a 1,000 point scale, okay? So depending on how many points you earn throughout the semester, it's the letter grade you're going to get. So if you earn between 900 to 1,000 points, you'll get an A. Between 800 to 899, you'll get a B. Between 700 to 799, you'll get a C. Between 600 to 699, you'll get a D. And anything between 0 points to 599, you'll get an F. Okay? So your tests are worth 60% of your grade. Your homework are worth 20%. Your semester project is worth 10%. And your quizzes are worth 10%. That will give you the 1,000 points. Okay? Remember, I don't provide any makeup for missed assignments. It is important that you are aware of all of the due dates, and I do provide reminders, okay? So on top of me putting it in Blackboard, you having it on your syllabus, I tend to post announcements reminding students of what's coming up, okay? This is an online class. You are expected to log in. I recommend to you on a daily basis. That way, if something's coming up or there's important information that I need to provide to you, you are aware of that information, okay? I understand your work, but it doesn't take you but 5 minutes to log into Blackboard and see if I've posted anything, okay? So it's very important that you log into Blackboard daily. Okay? If for whatever reason you need to drop the class, it is your responsibility to drop the class. This is Mercado, do not drop any students. Okay? So if you're not doing well in the class, you're overwhelmed, something happened where you cannot continue with the course, it is important that you complete the withdrawal process. Failure to complete the withdrawal process means that at the end of the semester, I'm going to give you the grade that you earned. And that grade can be an F if you didn't complete your assignments. Okay? So getting an F really impacts your GPA. It's very important that you stay up with your grades and make the decision before the drop deadline if you need to withdraw or not withdraw from the class. Okay? So this is some important information. Make sure that you read through it. Now in your syllabus, I'm just going to go through this. If you have any form of disability or if you need any accommodations, there's information included there. I've included the course structure. Please make sure that you read it. Some questions and answers. Now I'm going to skip over to the part that I think is the most important in the syllabus, which is your schedule. Okay? This is what we're going to do during summer 1. Okay? Or summer 2, depending on what particular session you're taking. Okay? But this is a particular class for summer 1. This is the schedule that you're going to be completing for the summer. Okay? So, I've broken down the syllabus by week. So I work based off of weekly modules. Okay? So every week you know exactly what you need to do. Okay? So for example, in week 1, you're going to complete chapter 1 and chapter 2. During week 2, you're going to complete chapter 3 and you're going to review for your first test. During week number 3, you're going to complete your test and you're going to do chapter 4. During week number 4, you're going to do chapter 5 and 6 and you're going to review for your final. And then week number 5, you're going to do your final exam and a project. Okay? This is what you're going to be doing every single week. And within each week, you have exactly what's going to happen. So for example, if we look at week number 3, okay, you're going to read the chapter. You're going to review the PowerPoint presentation. You're going to review demonstration problems. And we'll go through that right now. Okay? You're going to process your chapter 3 homework. You're going to process your chapter 3 quiz. Okay? Everything is due on June the 16th. Okay? All of this information is clearly laid out for you. Okay? Okay, going back. You'll also have a folder here on how to access CNOW. It has a guide and a little video. I encourage that you please read it and view the video. That way you can get some more information. Okay. What else do we have there? And this is basically, I copied and pasted the schedule here. Here we have the exam information. You'll have 2 tests. You'll have 3 hours for each test and the dates that you're going to be having available for those tests, your course grades, and your scale. Okay? So make sure that you review all of that information. Okay? The next tab we have is student technical resources. If you're having any kind of issues with Blackboard, you can always contact Blackboard Student Help. Or if you need any kind of support, we have some general phone numbers here where you can go ahead and contact. And if you need to do a browser check to make sure that you are using the correct browser, we've got a feature here that will allow you to verify that. Okay? So when you are working on this, make sure that you review every single piece of information under this particular tab. Your course information, your syllabus schedule, technical resources. Okay? I've also included some information here about Cengage. These are the pricings. If you do want to get Cengage Unlimited for 1 semester, it'll cost you $119.99. Okay? If you're a full-time student and you know you're going to be needing Cengage in the spring and in the fall and in the summer, and you're going to be taking multiple courses that utilize Cengage, you know, you have that option of getting Cengage for a whole 12 months for only $179.99. That is going to get you unlimited access to any textbooks you have or need that are from Cengage. Okay? So there's some information there. I've included some start guides and some flyers that you might also want to review. Okay? Now, this is just the start here tab. Okay? Once you have gone through all of this information, you're going to go to your course content. Now, it will look a little bit different because I am the instructor, okay? But basically what's going to happen is you're going to have weekly modules, okay? They will become available on a weekly basis. So the first week, you're only going to see week 1 available, okay? So I make these folders available every Monday, okay? So the class runs from Monday through Sunday. You have 7 days to complete all of your assignments, for the most part, with the exception of tests and projects, okay? But for the most part, your assignments will be available on Monday and will close on Sunday, okay? So what's going to happen is you're going to have one of these folders every week populate, okay? If you look at the week, it's going to tell you what's going to be covered that week. So for week number 1, you're going to have a course introduction, chapter 1 and chapter 2, okay? If you open your week, you're going to have additional information, okay? Every folder will have a lot of information that pertains to what's going to be covered that specific week. Okay. So you'll have an overview of each of the chapters. Just letting you know a quick overview of what to expect in each chapter. You're going to have the objectives. What are you going to learn in these chapters? Okay? And this is going to be for every week, for every chapter. Okay? You're going to have the objectives. Now you're going to have your learning activities. It's very important that you follow these learning activities. Okay? So, I'm asking you here for week number 1 to read chapter 1 and to read chapter 2. Okay? It is important, I cannot emphasize it enough, for you to read. You cannot complete your quiz or your homework without reading. Okay? It is imperative that you read. So the first thing you do is you read. Okay? After you've read each chapter, you download the chapter PowerPoint presentations. It highlights key information. It has great examples that you can utilize as a guide to be able to complete your assignments. Okay? Now, I went ahead and I included some demonstration problems. Okay? Some of these problems, or I've tried to include the most difficult of the problems that you've been assigned for homework. So what I did is I create these demonstration problems. Now these demonstration problems are going to be available from chapters 2 through 6. Okay, chapter 1 does not have demonstration problems because it's just theory. Okay, there's no problem solving being done in chapter 1. The problem solving starts in chapter 2. So that is why I have a demonstration problem for chapter 2. So if you click on your demonstration problems, you're going to have this PDF file, okay? And it's going to go ahead and it's going to have some examples of some problems from the end of each of the chapters, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm providing you with the answers to the Series A exercises. And for homework, you're going to be doing the Series B exercises, which are very similar. So I went ahead and I created this template. I go ahead and I show you how I calculate each of the numbers. That way you can have as a guide as to what is it that I need to do to be able to complete this assignment. Okay? And I reference each of the problems there. Okay? So this demonstration problems files are available for chapters 2 through 6. Okay, so it's important that you review them, you download them, you print them, and you review your end of chapter problems. That way you know what's going on in the particular chapter. Okay, and then at the bottom, I have a summary of the assignments that need to be completed. Okay, so you have all of your assignments listed and the due dates for your assignments. So it's fairly easily organized. You have a summary, you have your objectives, you have your activities, and then you have your assignments at the bottom. And it's going to be the same layout every week. Okay, so every week you'll have a new folder. Now let's go to week number 2. Okay, so you have the overview, the objectives, the activities. So if you notice for the activities, I'm telling you to read chapter 3, to review the chapter 3 PowerPoint, to review the chapter 3 demonstration problems, and to review your test number 1 review. Okay, and then these are the 2 assignments that need to be completed. Okay, so I hope you get the logistics of things. If you need to know what needs to be completed, you're going to go to your course content and you're going to find the week that you're in, select it, go into it, and you'll have all of the resources available. Okay. If you look at your menu bar, you'll have some other items. Most of them we will not be using. If you do need to contact me, this is the way that I prefer that you contact me, through Blackboard Messages, okay? So once you select Blackboard Messages, you just select Create Message. It's going to ask you who you want to send it to. You find my name or any of your fellow classmates. You move it over, you type your message, and then you just send it to me, okay? This is the preferred method that I recommend students utilize to be able to reach me, because I do check Blackboard maybe 3 times a day, okay? That way I try to respond as soon as possible, okay? But if you do need to reach me, please utilize your Blackboard Messages button to be able to send me a message, okay? You're going to be able to see all of your grades under My Grades. Right now they're all zeros because I haven't completed any assignments. But as you start completing your assignments, those will be automatically populated based on how well you performed on your assessments. Okay. So, that's my grade. Okay, now we're going to go to this tab called Cengage Login. This is where you're going to have all of the information related to Cengage, okay? You can select anytime you see an icon that has this blue circular things, what it means is if you select it, you're going to be redirected out of Blackboard and into Cengage, okay? So you'll go ahead and you'll do this. And then you just select the assignment that you want to work on, okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take you back to the start here. There's a link into the start here that will take you to the class. Okay, now let me try to see if this will work. I'm going to change it to my student view. I want to see how it would look like if I was a student, okay? Okay, so what's going to happen is, after you review all of the information in Blackboard, you are getting ready to complete your assignments, okay? So how do I access my course material, okay? So you do need to purchase the Cengage Access, okay? Cengage does provide, I believe, it's a 1-week free trial period. That way you don't have to worry about purchasing the material from day number 1. They give you about a week for you to be able to do that. And you can still have access to the electronic book and the platform while you're on this trial basis. And at that point in time, when you get your financial aid money, or you can make a payment or purchase the material, you can do so and just keep the same information that you've already established, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to select on this link. And it's going to redirect you automatically into Cengage. Okay. So it's telling me, it's welcoming me to the course. Okay. Now you have several options here. You can register an access code. If you've already purchased it from the bookstore, you can register it. Oh look, it tells you here how many days you have. So according to this, I have 15 days of a free trial, which is pretty awesome, okay? Then it gives you a whole bunch of information of what comes with the access. If you see here, if you are wanting a free printed copy, you can request one. It's a rental. You do have to send it back at the end of the semester, but you do have access to it for only $7.99, okay? So it's a pretty good deal. Okay, so there's a lot of benefits. Read through it, you know, so that way you can become acquainted. But what I want to do is I want to open my course, okay? So I select open my course. Okay? And you get redirected to my class, okay? And right now I don't have any assignments here because the semester hasn't started, okay? But if you look at all assignments, these are all of these assignments that you're going to be completing during the semester, okay? It gives you the due date, it gives you the number of tries, and it gives you the time allowed for each of those attempts, okay? So these are all of the assignments that you're going to be completing, okay? So once they become available, then you can just select them, and they'll open up for you, and you can start taking them. Right now, I can't take any tests because, or any of the assignments, because they're not available. Okay. That's why you can't take them. I can't take them right now. But once the semester starts, you will be able to have that. Okay. You'll have a tab up here that has your grades. Okay. And this will be automatically updated as you complete your assignments. Okay. The information from here will automatically flow into your Blackboard. So there's no need for you to do anything. The system will automatically sync or send your grades over to Blackboard. Okay. So that information will be automatically reported in your Blackboard, which is where you're going to be looking at your final grade. And then you have your study tools. Okay. So in your study tools, you have a variety of options to be able to study and prepare for your homework. Okay. You will also have the electronic book. Okay. So if you want to start reading and start completing your assignments, you can just select the ebook. That will redirect you to the electronic textbook. That way you can read. Okay. And then you just select the chapter that you want to read or anything that you want to do, and it'll open up for you, and you can, review all of the work before you start completing your assignments. Okay. So the ebook is available, so you can be able to access it. There is a great feature. If you don't like to read, you can select this little man here, or this little figure here. It's a read speaker, and it reads to you. Okay. So if you're not very good or very fluent at reading, or you just prefer someone else to read to you, that option is available. You can highlight. You can look at the full book. We have indexes, dictionaries. Feel free to navigate through the software. You're not going to break it. Okay. But you will have access to the book. This is how it looks like. You read through it, and once you reach the bottom, then you click the arrow, and it'll take you to the next page, and so on and so forth. Okay. So that is what's happening or how you access Cengage. Now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to exit the preview. Okay. Why am I doing this? Because I do want to show you how your assignments are going to look. Okay. There's a lot of information that I want to share with you. Once you go into the assignment, the options or the resources that you have to completing your assignments. Okay. So this is the Instructor View, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share it with you for a moment, specifically the assignments. Okay. Because I do want you to see how they're structured. Okay. So I'm going to open up a quiz first. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do chapter 1 quiz, and I want to preview it as a student. Okay. So you'll have here a message saying you have 2 tries, and once you click the start test now button, you have to finish it. Okay. So this is what the quiz looks like. You'll have all of your questions listed. You have 15 questions. You have access to the electronic book, to a calculator, and if you find any errors, you can just report them here. So you basically just go through the questions and you answer them. Okay. Select the best option, and then you just do next, and then you keep on going. Okay. The quizzes are very simple. Okay. I'm not gonna focus too much on the quizzes. They're just, you select the question, you select the answer, and I'm not even going to read the question. Just basically make your selections, whatever it is, that you want to select. Don't do this. Of course, you need to read and make sure that you know, okay? But this is what you're going to do. You're going to read, okay? If you need to refer to the book, this particular question is coming from Learning Objective 2. So the textbook will take you to the area that this is related to, okay? So if I go to this question, this one's Objective 2. Okay, this one's Subjective 2. This one's Subjective 4. Okay, so the textbook knows what section of the textbook this question is from, and he'll take you to that section so you can review it and read the data over again. Okay, so that is what the question, or how the quiz is structured. Once you're done, you just have to submit tests for grading. Okay, and then you just submit tests for grading, and then it'll give you your grade. Okay, I hope you do better than this. I got a 13%. And it also lets you know that you have one more try. Okay, so this is what you do. Okay, now this is a quiz. The quizzes are timed. You have 60 minutes, 2 tries. Okay, multiple choice. Now let's look at your homework. Okay, oh no, I don't want to do chapter 1 homework. I'm going to do maybe chapter 2 homework, which is a little bit more complicated. Okay, so I'm going to preview it as a student, and I'm going to start the assignment. Okay, when you're doing your homework, I love this particular textbook because it gives you examples for you to follow. Okay, so it gives you examples, and then you basically have to apply those examples to be able to work out the problem. This is the area that you have to enter the information. Okay, now if you check down here, it has 3 more checks my work uses remaining. So you basically have 3 tries for each question to be able to get it right. Okay, so what happens is you enter your information, and whatever is right will be marked correct, and whatever is incorrect will be marked with an X. That way you can focus on fixing those errors and resubmitting at a later time. Okay, up here you have your electronic book, your calculator, and your report, your content. Okay, now some of these questions, like this one, has a video. Not all of the questions have a video, only the more complicated ones do, but if they do, this is where you'll find it. It has a show me how button. Okay, you'll be redirected to where there is a video.
In this video, we will learn to calculate the overtime earnings and the total earnings for an employee.
So you can
Jan
see
Porter
this is
an
a video. Okay, so the video will show you, and I logged out. The video will show you how to complete your problem. It will guide you. Now for the ones that don't have a video, I recommend that you review the demonstration problems that I posted on Blackboard. That way you can have as a guide on how to complete your assignment. Okay, now for your homework, you can save your work. Okay, so down here you have the option of emailing the instructor, of saving and exiting. So you'll use this button if you haven't completed it. Okay, if you're still working on it, you'll save and exit, and everything will be saved. Or if you've completed all of the problems, you can just submit assignment for grading, and you'll have your assignment graded. Okay, and you will automatically have your grade provided to you. That way you can decide whether you're going to utilize the second attempt or not. Okay, and I highly encourage that if you're not doing well, you do utilize that second attempt so you can earn the maximum points possible. Another reminder, if you do not attempt any of the problems or any of your homework, you will not get the answers to it. Okay, and a lot of times students get upset. Well, miss, I didn't do my homework, now I can't review it. No, if you don't attempt a problem or a question, you will not have the answers or the feedback to it. So I recommend that you attempt each and every single problem. That way, when the solutions become available, you'll have that feedback available. You can review, study, prepare, and be able to complete your test successfully. Okay, so this is what your homework will look like. Okay, so I'm going back to Blackboard. How do you access the course? You will always go and select this particular icon here, and that is going to take you to Cengage automatically. Okay, there is no need for an access code or class code, nothing. I've linked Cengage to Blackboard, so the only way to get to my class is through this button. You have to select this button to be able to go into my class in Cengage. So I'm trying to think what else I should tell you. Okay, what other piece of information is important here? Okay. Well, I think I've covered most of the critical information. If you come across anything and you feel you're lost, if you feel that you have any questions, please reach out to me. Don't reach out to me the day the semester is ending. Reach out to me as soon as possible so I can be able to help you. Okay, I am here to help my students succeed. Okay, and in order for me to be able to do that, there needs to be communication. Okay, if you have a question, let's say you're working out your homework and you're stuck. Okay, I don't want a message that says, "Miss, I'm lost." No, you're gonna tell me, "Miss, I'm having issues with question number 25. Okay, this is what I'm doing. I don't think I'm doing it right. Can you provide some guidance? Okay. I need to see what you're doing so I can provide the guidance. Okay. You don't show me your step-by-step calculations, I can't help you. Okay. I want to see you attempt the problem. Okay. So you send me the problem number, your specific question, your attempted solution, and I will get back with you. Okay. I do provide reviews for your tests. Let me go in there. Those will be under your course content. So what's going to happen is you're going to read. You're going to go ahead and you're going to read each chapter. You're going to review the PowerPoint presentations. And then you're going to go into each week and you're going to review your demonstration problems. Okay? So you need to complete or download everything that's under learning activities. Okay? It's very important that you do that. Okay, that you complete all of the learning activities items. Okay, so you read, you review your PowerPoint, you review your demonstration problems, and in this particular week you have your test review. Okay, in the test review, I'm telling you exactly what is going to be on your test. Okay, so I am telling you from your homework, from chapter 2, these are the problems you're gonna have. From chapter 3, these are the problems you're gonna have. They're very similar to your homework. Okay? The names of the people change, the dollar amounts change, but the structure of the problem is the same. Okay? So you just go back to your chapter 2 homework, back to your chapter 3 homework, review those problems, take good notes, and you'll do great on your test. Okay? I am one of the few instructors that allow students to have open book, open notes. Okay? You can use your book, you can use your notes to be able to complete your assignments. Okay? I don't expect students to memorize a textbook. Okay? It's impossible. Okay? But I do want students to be able to learn and apply the information from the textbook to be able to complete a payroll register, a tax form, whatever the case might be that we're covering. Okay? If you can get information from a book and apply it to a problem and complete it successfully, you're good. Okay? Because it happens in the real world. Okay? They ask you to do something, you don't know how to do it, what are you going to do? Well, I go, this is me specifically, I go and I Google it, or I go into YouTube and I try to figure it out. Okay? So you have access to those resources in the real world. You have access to those resources in my class. Okay? You know, you should be able to utilize all of the resources to be able to complete your assignments. I don't tolerate cheating. Okay? If I find out someone else is doing your test for you or your assignments for you, you will be reported and you will be expelled from the campus. Okay? You do need to learn how to complete these problems. Please take the class serious. Please contribute as much as you can and collaborate and learn. I recommend that, you know, if possible, create some groups so you can study groups so you can get together and work on your assignments and answer each other's questions. Having that extra set of eyes or that support from a fellow classmate will really help you out. Okay, so I do provide you with reviews of what to expect. You know, it will not be a surprise. You know exactly what to study for when you're preparing for your test. Okay, so this is just all of the information that we have. Make sure that you do review it. If you have any questions, please reach out to me through Blackboard Messages as soon as possible. Okay, I'm very excited for the summer session. I wish you all nothing but the best, and I hope you all have a wonderful summer. Thank you.